Mysterious Cove is where Speed of Doom reveals a lot of its early tropes. There's a big number of fights with a small number of enemies, but there's a lot of different combinations that make prioritization a big deal, such as the wildly different attacks of pinkies and shotgunners. Music is a MIDI rendition of The Library from Resident Evil 2, made by Anti-Man. So there's a lot of items to grab in this first room, including the green armor in this stream, and if you look northeast of it, you'll find this alcove with a bunch of random goodies, the important ones being the 2 rockets. Now you'll want to get back out of this choke point when you grab the shotgun. Usually the pinky will be able to rush in front of the imp, making a gap wide enough to squeeze through, but if he doesn't, then you can just punch through the imp with the shotgun. Once you come up past the choke point, immediately run back and squeeze past this arachnotron. Another arachnotron spawns on the other side, and if they box you in, it can be deadly. You can try and get the arachnotrons to infight with the 2 cacodemons on the other side. Sometimes they don't cooperate, but they can help save ammo, even though that won't be a problem in this map. The most general strategies you'll want to use to take out these mixed group of enemies is to take out the hit scanners first. Usually the imp in the group will hit the pinky in the back and the 2 will start infighting. As long as you're able to react faster than the hit scanners, then the difficulty of this half of the map is pretty much removed. There's a pair of shotgunners and a pinky around this corner, and when you cross the line from dirt to grass here, a pinky and shotgunner will spontaneously appear in front of you. The majority of these ambushes outside of the key rooms are comprised mainly of imps, pinkies, and shotgunners, with the occasional chain gunner, and even Pain Elemental if you're playing on co-op. Now you're supposed to go up first, but if you go down 1 floor, you'll come across this secret. 20 armor bonuses and a box of shells. The shells probably won't matter since this map has tons of them. When you enter this room, rush to the tech column so that the pinky that teleports into the elevator doesn't bite you. Once you do that, if you raise the elevator 1 more floor, you'll reveal this button that opens this secret with a berserk. Because of Doom's limitations, you don't have to have the elevator raised to hit the button, but it makes more sense that way. You can then use the berserk to punch this Pain Elemental to death, or use the chainsaw next to him. After grabbing the red key, the last room will open up revealing more monsters, and an imp will teleport behind you when it's alerted. Other than that, the only threat is this close quarters cacodemon. Head up to the top floor, punch these 2 pinkies out, and once you use this console that requires the red key, immediately run back so you can avoid these 2 Hell Knights. One of them teleports outside, and if you're paying attention to the one that opened up from the closet, he can hit you in the back. Then you can run over to the other building, and then back in the direction you came from to land on a non-secret ledge with ammo, health bonuses, and a mega armor. From here I like to head north into this area with the blue switch, and clear out the demons that are here. It makes the return trip when you already have the key much easier, as you won't have to fight these monsters with the extra closets. Then it's just back up the elevator, and I have to say for a boom-compatible WAD, this is a pretty cool elevator. If you look closely, each button is actually multiple buttons layered on top of each other. That way the elevator actually travels to each of the floors. It's really cool for the limits. Over here you'll find this chain gun on a pedestal, and when you grab it, a bunch of monsters will teleport in. 3 imps, 2 shotgunners, 1 pinky. You'll also have a chain gunner who's in the room next to the chain gun. The chain gunner will be revealed no matter if you pick up the chain gun or not. After that, you can press this button here to lower down these stairs, and if you hit this switch hidden in the gap in the wall, you will reveal this elevator which will lead you to a large secret area with a rocket launcher. Now this rocket launcher is obviously trapped, so when you first grab it, kill these 4 revenants with it, and immediately run into their alcove. Then you can safely kill the Mancubus that teleports by the elevator. I like to have at least 2 rockets left for this blue key fight, and you'll see why. Heading down here, there's a bunch of spaced out enemies hidden behind this myriad of crates. Mostly imps, 2 pinkies, and there's a singular chain gunner over in the southwest corner next to this slime fall. Crate mazes might be generic, but the ones in this wad stand out. I don't know what it is about them, but they just feel special. And if you use the miscolored crate next to him, you'll open a secret with 4 rockets. Now when you pick up the blue key, you'll want to shoot 1 rocket west and 1 rocket north in order to bust up these closets of imps. Then hunker down in the west one to shoot this Arachnotron and 2 Cacodemons. This is where the surplus of rockets comes in handy, as these large units can take up a lot of space in the arena. It's much easier to just kill them from here. There's one more Arachnotron that teleported in front of the exit to this room. And while you could try and squeeze by him like at the start of this map, it leaves you open to being attacked by anything you ran past at the blue key fight. Now you can jump back down to the ground level and head back through this tunnel, which is opened up to reveal 2 imps and a chain gunner. The imps will teleport on either side and block the view. In the area with the blue switch, there is now a group of 4 chain gunners and a Mancubus. Since all the other monsters are dead, you can kill the Mancubus from far away to avoid alerting the chain gunners to your presence. Since they're all tucked in a corner, they can easily be missed if you immediately rush the Mancubus. The blue key goes here and raises these bars. Yeah, this map probably has one of my favorite instances of realistic verticality in the form of that building with the elevator. Even if you have to loop back through it, I never found it annoying to go through. And that's mostly attributed to the map's design. So yeah, Speed of Doom tech-based levels are really good, and I 100% warned you about this upload schedule. So I'm sorry if that's not quick enough for you. There is definitely a plethora of people to check out for something similar, but just to let you know, none of them are me.